Welcome to the Awake with Jake show. I'm your host, Jake Woodard, and it is my mission to help you break through mental barriers, gain clarity, and awaken your heart so you can live more free and fulfilled. My intention for this show is to create a safe container to help you heal, awaken, and transform your life. What's going on, my soul family? Welcome back to another episode of the Awake with Jake show. On today's episode, I'm going to be dropping in and talking about 3 different types of masculine wounds and 3 different types of feminine wounds and how they tie in to the chakra system within your body. And I have a really exciting announcement as well. I'm going to be hosting a 2-day virtual workshop called HEAL, which stands for Harmonize, Embody, Activate, Love. My previous retreat that was in person got canceled, and I had so many requests to do an online retreat. So I'm doing this 2-day virtual workshop that is going to include inner child healing, guided meditations, breath work, cutting energetic cords, masculine and feminine energy harmonization, and much more. This event is going to be live for ticket sales Saturday, September 5th at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Space is limited and the tickets will sell very quickly because the platform can only hold so many people. So if you want to be a part of this, make sure you stay tuned. The link for registration will be sent out to my email subscribers, posted in the show notes, posted on my Instagram stories. Basically, wherever I'm going to post is going to be posted with the link. So if you want to be a part of this event, Saturday, September 5th, 9 a.m., this goes live, and the links will be sent out accordingly. This episode really came from my heart. I have spent my life devoted to healing masculine and feminine energies, and I really love these energies. They are something that has totally transformed my entire life, my relationships, everything about my life, and I really just love teaching and talking about these energies. So I hope that you really enjoy this episode. Thank you so much for being here with me. Now, for those of you that are not familiar with the chakra system, there are 7 energy centers in your body known as the chakra system. At each energy center has different purposes. For example, the root is your connection to ground, safety, security, survival. Your sacral is a place of sexuality, expression, creation. Your 3rd chakra, the solar plexus, is a place of personal power. Your 4th chakra, the heart chakra, is the place of love. Your 5th chakra, the throat chakra, is a place of expression, communication, speaking your truth. Your 6th chakra is a place of your 3rd eye, the eye of intuition. This is where you would develop psychic abilities. And the 7th chakra is the crown chakra, which is where you access God or divine energy. Now, if you think about like in ancient times, they actually wore crowns because people think that these kings and queens or god or goddesses figures were channeling down from the divine energy through their crown chakra. So this is ancient wisdom around the chakra system. But what I'm going to do is something a little different, and I've never heard anyone talk about this before, which is how the masculine and feminine energies become imbalanced within each of these chakras. I'm only going to go through the first 3 chakras because there's so much to this. I have a whole course on masculine and feminine energies. If you're really curious about learning more about this, go to jakewoodard.com/course to enroll. In the first chakra, the root chakra, the place of safety, security, survival, groundedness, connection to earth, within the masculine wound for this. And by the way, these examples relate to all human beings, male, female, or whatever gender you identify with, because we all have both masculine and feminine energies, okay? When it comes to the first chakra, the root chakra, the masculine imbalance within that is they don't feel safe. They feel very threatened. So they're always trying to grab at things, money specifically, that makes them feel secure. So when this type of person, could be male or female, has wounded masculine energy in the root chakra and they're blocked in the root chakra, they will always be overworking because they're constantly chasing financial security because they don't feel safe within themselves. So they grab at everything they can, money specifically in this example, to give them a feeling of safety because they don't feel safe within themselves. And this is most likely coming from some deep wounding that happened in their childhood. Maybe they were oppressed by their father or mother. This is where you really got to look into your own shadows and ask yourself, what makes me not feel safe? Why do I feel like I'm always overworking and constantly grabbing at the illusion that money is going to bring me a feeling of safety? I see so many people, and I did this myself for a very long time, grabbing at the idea that money is going to bring you safety, security. But listen, I have personally coached and I have known and had friends that are millionaires that are not safe. They can't sit still. They're always overworking. They're always overgiving. They're always overdoing. They're always overthinking because they don't feel safe within their body because their root chakra is shattered from the home that they grew up in. Now, I grew up in a very unstable, unsafe home. My father was extremely violent, extremely threatening to my safety. I was constantly running from him. And my sister was a heroin addict. And I dealt with bullying as well because I was very overweight as a young child. So a lot of my pain in my root chakra was because I didn't feel safe. I didn't feel grounded. I didn't feel connected to earth. So how we would heal this is we have to start giving ourselves permission to feel safe again. If you don't feel safe right now and you find yourself overworking, overdoing, overthinking, and constantly grabbing at security and survival, you got to really reconnect to your inner safety. The second chakra for the wounded masculine, the sacral chakra, which is the place of sexuality, creation, expression, oftentimes they get locked in the lustful connection, constantly fantasizing after lust, the idea of lust. So maybe this could be a person that is addicted to pornography because their sacral chakra is disconnected or shattered and they don't have a divine connection to their sexuality because maybe they went through some type of sexual trauma or even sexual shame. Maybe they shame themselves very deeply. But when it comes to the wounded masculine with the sacral chakra, they're constantly fantasizing and chasing lust. So for the third chakra, the place of personal power, this is a type of person with wounded masculine energy that would be very dominant, controlling, overpowering. They'd be very forceful, and they're constantly trying to manipulate and dominate and control other people. So this is a place where when they don't feel safe because their inner child is wounded, they got locked in the third chakra, constantly needing power. So they do everything they can to gain power over people. And this would be more of like the wounded masculine energy. Now let's flip it back over to the wounded feminine and how it relates to the first three chakras here as well. In the root with the wounded feminine, by the way, I have to say this again because I really want to drive this home. We all have both of these energies. It doesn't exclude you if you're a male or a female talking about wounded feminine energy. In the root, when it comes to wounded feminine energy, when a wounded feminine person doesn't feel safe or they have a wounded feminine imbalance, doesn't feel safe because their root chakra is blocked, they experience childhood trauma, very similar to the wounded masculine. But the difference is the wounded feminine will often grab onto things that make them feel safe, things or people specifically. So in relationships, they may find a person that gives them a sense of safety or security, but it's actually harmful to them in the long run because they become codependent on this person to make them feel safe. Now, as soon as this person starts to leave them, if the relationship starts to end, they have attachment issues because they're thinking to themselves in their survival brain and the ego, they're thinking, well, I need to feel safe. I need to feel safe. I need to feel safe. And they're like, you can't leave me because if you leave me, like, what am I going to do? And this is really when it comes into like the damsel in distress type context, because when you have wounded feminine energy, you will always cling to a person or things that make you feel safe, make you feel grounded, make you feel secure within yourself. But ultimately, this safety and security has to come from within yourself. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't be in a relationship that makes you feel safe, because I believe emotional safety is the absolute number one thing, or one of the number one things to a healthy, divine, conscious relationship, okay? So safety and relationship, absolutely key, is important here, but that's not what I'm saying. It's when you become codependent on this person to make you feel safe. So you cling at them and you almost like manipulate them to stay with you. Because it's like, if you leave me, then I don't know what I'm going to do, and I'm going to lose myself, and I don't know how to take care of myself, and I'm not grounded. I don't know how to deal with my emotions, so I need you to deal with it. I need you to make me feel safe. That you have to transcend. And I've even done that myself. And that's coming from a wounded feminine place. The sacral chakra for the wounded feminine, the place of sexuality, creativity, expression, when it gets shattered for the wounded feminine, and when I say shattered, I want you to literally imagine this energy field within this body of yours, this body, this human vessel. I want you to imagine the energy literally being destroyed within that aspect. Because when you go through trauma in life, that energy center, depending on what the trauma was, gets blasted, right? Because you're shutting down that energy center. So that energy center is getting blasted with that energy and ends up getting shattered and basically destroyed. So you have to repair that through the healing work. When the wounded feminine is wounded in the sacral chakra, they will use their sexuality to manipulate the minds of other people. They will use this to control and manipulate the minds of other people. They use their sexuality in a harmful, dark way. And this is when the sexuality becomes very impure, because they're using it in a way that is controlling. Because you think about this, and you think about like the porn industry and like how they use sexuality to literally manipulate the minds of people to become addicted to fantasy, to objectify other people, and it disconnects the sacred connection from sex. So when a wounded feminine person has this destroyed sacral chakra, they use their body in a way to manipulate the minds of other people. So if you are doing this, I would invite you to become more conscious of your sexuality and realize how divine this energy really is. When the third chakra is blasted and destroyed, and I'm giving you like a description of like a mine here being destroyed and blown up. When the third chakra is wounded or destroyed for the place of personal power for the wounded feminine, think of a person that is really small in relationships. They really shrink themselves in relationships. They give away their power in relationships, okay? They basically put their power, their happiness, all their good feelings in the palm of their hand. They hand it over to that person and they say, here you go. Take this from me. I don't need it. You can take it. But a lot of times when you give your power away, the person that you're giving the power to, of course, came to you and you attracted them because you needed to for your karmic path and everything else. But when this person comes into your life, they want your power. They wanted to take your power and you wanted to give it away, right? So you see how this is all tying together? By giving away your power, you get mad at them, you resent them because you're like, well, you controlled me, you dominated me, you repressed me. But did you allow that person to do that to you? Did you allow them to control you? Did you allow them to repress you? Did you allow them to do those things to you, right? We allow people and we tolerate things in our lives because no one can upset you. You allow people to upset you. No one can control you. You allow people to control you. You see how this is working? It's all within. It's all within ourselves. And as conscious human beings, we have to start taking responsibility of what we attract into our experiences. In the moment that you start to wake up and you start taking responsibility for what you've attracted into your life, you can start to subtly shift the energy, the vibration behind the things that are manifesting in your life. And then once you move through the dark night of the ego, you can actually start to manifest consciously what you want to attract in your life. Maybe you want a partner and you're thinking to yourself, well, my life is already great. And this person would come into my life and just mirror back the beauty that's already in my life. And that's exactly what a partner is going to do, right? They're going to mirror back the vibration of energy that you feel within yourself. You can only feel externally what you feel internally. Let me just say this again. You can only feel externally what you feel internally because it's all within you. It's all within. So when I say something that resonates deep within you, it's because your soul knew the truth of the wisdom that I'm speaking to you right now in this moment. In this moment. Because this moment is all that ever existed. So let's go back through quickly. I'm just going to give you some healing tips for the masculine and feminine energy. I just really feel called to share this with you right now in this moment. When it comes to healing the wounded masculine, give up the need for controlling and dominating and being forceful. Those are big things with the wounded masculine. Connect to your breath. And you'll notice to heal the wounded masculine, you actually call in your divine feminine energy. So you learn to feel. Yes, you, the person that's listening to this right now that has numbed themselves to their emotions, you learn to feel into it. Breathe into your pain. Breathe into your trauma. Because the more that you do this, you activate this divine healing and you allow for the purification to happen within your soul's consciousness. So for healing wounded masculine energy, get present. Get still, breathe into your body, and call upon your divine feminine energy. Because the more you call upon the divine mother, she comes in like an unconditionally loving mother to hold you as you purify and cleanse yourself with the emotional body. By doing this, you activate the emotional body. By activating the emotional body, you bring up the stored trauma that you have lodged deep within your energetic body. And the more you do this, you peel back the layers of the pain. And believe me, there are many layers. Because think about it. If you went through trauma for even 5 years, it's going to take you a good amount of time, if not equal amount of time, to heal that level of trauma. That's why I always say, do things that are investing in your healing. Work with a healer. Go do a sound bath healing, go do yoga, meditate, sign up for a healing course, go to a retreat, do something for yourself and make the investment within yourself to breathe deeper, be more conscious. And there are so many things that are free and there are so many things that are paid. Just do things that align with you and what you feel resonates with the truth of your being. So when healing the wounded masculine energy, we're actually going to call upon our divine feminine energy. Because when we do this, we activate our emotional body. Our emotional body, when it wakes up, we begin the healing process. Now, for healing the wounded feminine, shame is one of the biggest things that wounded feminine people carry. They carry shame around their sexuality. They carry shame within their body, the way they look. They're very hard on themselves, the way they look. Here's a little tip too, if you're very hard on yourself with looks. Something that I started doing a long time ago when I hated my body, I would wear sweatshirts in the middle of summer because I was overweight and I had man boobs. I would go in the mirror and I would see myself in the mirror. And at first I would carry a lot of shame and I would hate what I saw. But what I trained myself to do every once in a while, I'd walk up to the mirror and I kind of just flick my eyebrows. You know, I don't know if you know, like get the vision of what I'm talking about. Like when you like lift your eyebrows, like almost like a hubba kind of look. It's like, wow, like look at how beautiful you are. Look at how beautiful you are. Like you lift your eyebrows up and you're looking at yourself and you're like, and it's not in a conceited ego way either. I want to be very pure about this. It's not in a conceited ego way. It's in a way of look at how beautiful you are. And then you go beyond the physical body and you see your soul and you go, wow, how'd you get in this one, Jake? How'd you get in that body? Are you in there? I'm in here. That's it. Like my brother Ram Dass talks about. He talks about when he sees, you know, another soul in another body. He's like, how'd you get in that one? I really resonate with that. So that's a little tip for, you know, if you carry a lot of shame in your body, just, I invite you to be more gentle with yourself. Be more compassionate with yourself. Soften. When you see yourself in a picture, don't go, oh, my God, I'm so ugly. I can't believe the wrinkles in my forehead. I can't believe that little acne blemish on my face. Listen, your body is decaying flesh, okay? Love and appreciate it. Love and appreciate it for the time that you're in this body. Sure, take care of it. Eat healthy, eat consciously, breathe deeply, breathe intentionally, work out, exercise, do all these things, drink the pure water, do all these great things. But I'm telling you right now, your body is temporary, your soul is eternal. Your body is temporary. The soul is eternal. So when you anchor into the soul consciousness, everything in your life really begins to shift. Okay. So for the feminine, the big one is shame, giving up your shame. What shame are you carrying? I'm talking to you right now, the person listening to this. What shame are you carrying in your body that needs to be released? Who shamed you? Who caused you to close your heart? Another big one for the wounded feminine is the closed heart. The closed heart, because the feminine loves everything love. They just love love. The masculine loves freedom, right? Feminine loves love. Masculine loves freedom. So for the feminine, when healing the wounded feminine, have you closed your heart because someone hurt you? Was it because of someone that broke your heart? Maybe it was a lover. Maybe it was your father. Maybe your mother shamed you and put you through a lot of pain and caused you to close down and be really armored in life. Who hurt you so deeply? And what do you need to release so you can start accessing these higher chakras? I call chakras 1 through 3 the earthly chakras, the places of connection more to the earthly realm. And the higher chakras, the 4, 5, 6, 7, the ones I discussed earlier, is more of like the cosmic energy centers, and we connect to the astral points in this universe and within ourselves, because the universe is just all within, right? So these are my tips for you. I hope that you got a ton of value out of this. Thank you so much for listening. I just want to give a moment and give a shout out to you, the listener, the person on the other end of this, doing the shadow work, showing up, really going in, because I just want to remind you that you're not just healing yourself, because everything in this universe is interconnected, is interwoven. Everything in this universe is interwoven. We all have the same heartbeat of the universe. So the more that you heal within yourself, you actually heal within the collective consciousness. So this is why I'm so proud of you for being here. And don't just take these tips at a mind level. See how you can integrate them into your body to embody what I just talked about. So work on one little thing at a time. I know I threw a lot at you in this episode, but once again, I honor you for being here. If this episode brought you value and you feel like it really resonated with you, take a screenshot of this and share it to your Instagram story and tag me right now so you don't forget to do it. I know sometimes we forget to do things, but take a screenshot of it, tag me on your Instagram story. It means the world to me. I love when people share my work, and it really resonates with me. It shows me that I'm on the right path, and what I'm saying is you're getting value from. I love you so much. Yes, I love you. And you're thinking, well, how do you love me? You don't even know me. Well, people can spread hate. I can spread love. So I love you. And turn around today and share that with somebody. Share the I love you. Those 3 words. I love you. I love you. And yes, you are worthy of it. Even if you've conditioned yourself to believe that you don't deserve love, you deserve love. You deserve love because you are love. Thank you so much for being here with me. I love you so much. Have a beautiful, blessed day. And as always, stay loving, stay open, and stay connected to that beautiful source within you.